quite possibly my favorite glute activation, glute warm-up drill that I'm about to take you through now. There's a lot of Instagram videos, home workout videos, YouTube videos, Facebook videos, you name it, any social media platform at the minute. There's booty workouts, there's glute workouts, there's leg workouts, there's just about everything you can imagine workout. But are you just going through the motions, or are you actually really feeling a muscle contract? And that's what I want to show you today. And I want to show you really quickly now. And I want to show you the glute. When we think about the function of the glute, it extends our hip, which means it pulls our thigh bone backwards. It helps to externally rotate the foot and does a lot of stability work as well. So the glute does a lot of work, but we're going to focus on those two main actions, extension and external rotation. And we're going to put those two together. The reason I've got the bench here is purely for a balance point of view, and that is it. So what we're going to look to do is keep our hips as square to our balance point as we can. You can use a chair for this, you can use a table, you can use a wall, doesn't matter. What we're going to look to do is come up onto one foot, turn the foot outwards. Once you've turned the foot outwards, is then use your glute and concentrate on the glute for squeezing that hip backwards and also outwards. So get a crunch through your abs, because that will stop your lower back actually kicking in and doing too much. So from here, turn the foot outwards, keep that crunch in here, squeeze on the glute, take it to that top point, bring it back down, squeeze, crunch, back down. And that should feel like a horrible, crampy, just disgustingness happening in your glute. And when you're feeling that proper crampy disgustingness, is the only way I can describe it. I'm afraid I don't have the eloquence to describe it any other way. But once you feel that horrible, narky feeling, you know that your glute is actually starting to switch on. And what you want to do is, as you run through your exercises, is think, am I feeling that horrible, crampy disgustingness? If you are, you're going to get more out of that muscle, you're going to get more out of your nervous system, you're going to maintain what you've already got better than just by going through the motions. Give it a go, let me know how you get on. The next muscle group I want you to look at before you do any type of lower body workout, and I want you to think about genuinely activating this muscle group, is your hip flexors. Now your hip flexors are massively important. They actually pull your hip into this position. So your hip flexors actually start quite a long way up, almost just below your ribs, but it starts right on the middle of your spine. And then it travels down and across your pelvis, attaches onto your thigh bone. There's also other hip flexors that originate around your pelvis, and they also help with internal rotation of the thigh. They also help with adduction, so pulling your foot across your body. So they're a big complex muscle group, and they're a big part of squatting. So if you picture every time you squat, you're pulling your hip into that flexed position, your hip flexors should be initiating that movement. And one of the ways that we can actually start to consciously activate our hips is make sure your lower back is wedged against something. Drive one heel down towards the ground, pull your toes up, and all you're going to do is concentrate pulling from this point here, from the crease in your hip, and you're going to pull that knee up as high as you can and take it back down under control. If you feel that you're wrenching your back, it means you're taking focus away from the hip flexor. So drive that down, breathe in through the nose and out through the nose whilst you're doing this movement. So breathe in through the nose on the way up, breathe out through the nose on the way down. The more you control that movement, the more you control your breathing, the more you're going to get what feels like almost a pinpoint circle right in the middle of your thigh. And again, it's going to feel like that horrible, crampy disgustingness. Find that horrible, crampy disgustingness. Do 5 to 10 reps on each leg, really slowly, under control, nasal breathing all the time. And that way, you know you're going to be activating your hip flexors.